Hello, it's me, the Cake Youth from Hoggington. Here yet again. To interview and report until it is done. I'm here playing Times and Galaxy. Tonight's the night we finish it up. Nudge the volume in that down a little bit. Tonight's the night we finish up Times and Galaxy. We've had a really good run on it. We've had a really fun time on it. Like, sure, it's a little wonky here and there, but interview and report until it's done. It's like rip and tear, but ink staining the paper cuts. You get my vision. You understand my vision here. I'm imagining, like, ink ribbons billowing out. Intestinal, like, wise. Sort of thing. I don't know. That sounds gross when I put it like that. Anyway. But yeah, tonight's the night we finish it. It's been a fun run, but I am ready to be done of it. We're about here to make the news, yes. Hello, Spotty Fox. Good to see you. You can say they introduced bugs not present in earlier versions. That's interesting. But yeah, we have about 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes for you to go out there and do anything your heart desires. That can be done within a 3-minute window. So if your heart has rather small desires, well, you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure, I kind of know what, I mean, I know what I'm doing, but I don't know why I'm doing it. And I don't know who you people are. Who are you? Why are you all here? Does the bus run through here? They for sure are in your replay. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if you can roll it back somehow. Wonder if you can roll the game back somehow. I don't know. Oh well, I guess that's just broken for, oh, hello, NES Eve 3. Do you like square waves? We've got a few of those. On Steam, weirdly unlikely. That's true, unfortunately. Oh my god, that is a big fucking face. That is a big bee face. Hello, bee face. I have never once... I think you're the only person I've ever seen use the gigantified emote button. I didn't know we had that. Or is that some other kind of... Is that something we can do? It's based on bits, huh? Interesting. We need big gay bees. We do need big gay bees. We need bees of exceptional size and sexuality. That just reminds me of that one furry artist who keeps commissioning, like, people getting stung in the butt by bees. I don't know why that keeps happening. Have good news about Final Fantasy XIV's most recent raid content. Yes, there is a bee lady. And she does want you to be in her swarm or hive or something. People with overly specific can't... Yeah. I hope it's been a good Vor day for everybody. I say loudly. These are rent-lowering gunshots. If you don't know why 8/8 is Vor Day, then you don't need to watch my videos. Actually, yeah, you do. You do need to watch my videos. Maybe I will explain. Maybe I will explain something someday. It's really unlikely, though. You know what? Tonight, since this is the last night of Times and Galaxy, let's go ahead and watch that intro sequence again. Music is done in just a second. Yep. Let's go over here. Let's bring you folks down here to hang out with my ears. My ears are your friends now. Your only friends. And let's actually watch the Times and Galaxy opener again. It's a catchy tune. Once we're done with the logos. Media Fund of Canada, which is shaped like this. I guess. I've never been to Canada. Interactive photo play. I like that.
Times and galaxy, a solar system to explore. Times and galaxy, arts, politics, and more. From every planet to meteor, space is a lonely void. We've got the whole thing covered, from the trash heaps of og to places undiscovered. Meet Gravity and Copybot, let Arwen be your guide. Yara, Scoop, and Billy Scoop, so please won't you subscribe to Times and Galaxy. Spend your logs for the best quotes. Times and Galaxy, hope you're good at taking notes. Now get your assignment and let's go.
I don't think we ever saw the four-armed punching robot. That's something for replay value. I want to know about the four-armed punching robot, the really buff one. Alright. However, we are continuing from They Might Be Gianty. Yeah, it is. It had a real smoothness to it. We are on cycle 15 of 17, so tonight will be the end of our coverage. I don't think there's anything in here, so let's head on out. Times and Giancy, many Flansburghs to explore. How's it going, Janderbot? Signatures in permanent ink. On the wall. Permanently. Priority query, who would do this? Are they taunting Janitor Bot? It isn't mess, it's tradition. Janitor Bot does not understand. It is my all-accessible definitions mess. I think he's supposed to be by all-accessible definitions. As we've gotten into the second half of the game, it has gotten more typo-tastic. That's not a word. Traditional or not, tradition is just an excuse to justify yourself, instead of cleaning it up. Janitor Bot is not mad. Janitor Bot is disappointed. A small indie title, it can be forget. That's true. I'm a lot more lenient towards these indie titles. Don't clean this up. Error, error, error. You find this mess appealing? You contradict Janitor Bot's very mandate? You seek to torment Janitor Bot. Janitor Bot will take this up with Ursula. Please do not attempt to hide or erase these crimes against cleanliness. They are now considered evidence. Okay, well, they're evidence of how much we fucking own, so. Let's see. We got anything in here? Oh yeah, hello. What's up? Oh, nope, not that. Hello. Reporter Bot. I'm adding articles to my portfolio. Which do you think is a better edition? My story on veterans reminiscing about the 5 Minutes War, or But what about the fart rain on Og? Fart rain. It's raining farts. Hallelujah. You're right. That story was important. A lodestar article in any journalist's career. I like to keep my portfolio current with my best stuff. Which is almost always my recent. Oh, you have a recency bias. I download it all and keep the files close. These archives are thorough, but it's good to keep your own records, just in case. Your best stuff is always your newest? Yes, they are. My best work is always the thing I'm working on. If I forget that, then the paper already has my best work. And what good am I then? You know, that is actually not a bad way to look at it. You should always be pushing towards doing your best, I suppose, but, like, that's so exhausting, I would rather just fall asleep. Sure, maybe things seem great right now. But you should never trust your bosses to take care of you. Okay, I 100% agree with this. Never trust your boss. If your boss attempts to make you trust them, run away. They can cut you off on a whim, decide to go in a different direction. Fire you outright. If you learn one thing in your internship here, let it be that your independence is key. Your worth is your own. You know, I can't disagree with that. Always trust your fist. Your boss will never help you. Remember to throw your boss into a cop car. Like, just sling him right over your shoulder. Alright, who's down here? Oh, hey, Copybot. I am curious, ReporterBot. Do you write for fun? I love to write for fun. It is wonderful to learn that we have this in common. I write poetry. Quite a lot of poetry, actually. Freeform, mostly. I find it so liberating casting off the confines of grammar. Oh hey, Copybot has learned to slip its program. How come JanitorBot can't do this? Maybe Coffeebot? Coffeebot. Copybot and JanitorBot should get together. And sometimes even spelling. I almost feel naughty admitting as such. It was Becca who started me down my poetic path. She has been nothing but encouraging. I suppose we have a little scanner poetry club, with just us two as members. I would join that club, and we would very much like to have you as a member. Your internship is almost over, is it not? Perhaps if you are able to extend your job, we will make it official. Yo, poetry club, let's go. I am delighted by the idea. What is my next assignment? Oh. There you are. I secured an exclusive interview with Zeo Prime, the usually unquestioned ruler of the entire solar system. After discussing it with Ursula, we'd like you to do it. Holy, why? Why would you trust me like that? That is the worst possible choice you could have made. I am going to sink this interview like a battleship, that gets sunk because somebody picked E2, and that's where your battleship was. I'm not good at metaphors. Journalism is about standing up to authority and holding truth to power. There is no greater power or authority than Zeo Prime's. Jesus, I wish this were true. Funny joke. No, yeah. This is honestly why I took so many journalism courses in college, and I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to write, like, film review and theater reviews and stuff. Boy, that part of my life did not go as planned. Is this because of my performance? We're giving you this chance regardless of your performance. How are you liking my work? You've mostly written sensational content. Can't say I'm thrilled the Time and Galaxy is getting more tabloidy. Curious about anything else? That's all I wanted to know. Your internship is nearly over. It's time for a proper test of your skills. Zeo Prime is a notoriously tricky interview. You may not get much time or many questions. There are 3 topics you could focus on. One would be a profile of Zeal Prime. They remain a bit of an enigmatic figure. Sherwin suggested instead to focus on the economy. He says Prime has been cagey when trying to explain why Bucks have been stagnant for so long. There are also rumors that Zeal Prime is having an affair. I would personally hate to see you focus on that. But Ursula was adamant in the early meeting that readers will eat it up. You may want to focus on one topic or ask a variety of questions. Yeah, I'm feeling shotgun. I'm feeling like we should just go for the whole broad spectrum of content. How you choose to cover the story is up to you. Regardless, you're ready, ReporterBot. This is what you were made for. Literally, I was actually built to report stuff. So, that ought to be fun. Oh, hey, how are things in the Union? Sigh. Not good, apparently. Oh, hi, ReporterBot. I was just catching up on the Muncho draft. Oh, alright, not a Union thing. It was historical. So many new players. So much promise in the field of ingesting poison. Why historical? The sport has become more sophisticated since my day. The player who was selected first overall, an Og kid named Sletso Brozate. Zento Brozate? Brozate sounds like something you would earn as currency in like an MMO. He already had a huge following from his video series, Can I Eat It? Yes, I can! Oh, he's Dizzy Devil. It'll be interesting to see how this well-established entertainer fares in the tournaments when the pressure and the noxious chemicals are cranked up. You ever considered covering the Muncho beat? I suppose it's crossed my mind before, but I could never leave the courts. Watching as the jury slowly fills the tubes, each additional slurp lurching towards determining the fate of the accused. It's my home. Besides, Billy Belide does a good job. That kid's a go-getter. Sounds like you're where you're meant to be. I think I am, ReporterBot. Brozate sounds like either a periodic table element or a medicine. Yeah. You should take Brozate if your doctor says you have small feet and an inflated head. I think I am. And I guess I can always follow Muncho as a devoted poison-loving fan. Maybe we could get to a tournament together sometime. I have to warn you, I get feral in the stadium. Count me in! I'll let you know when the league starts back up. Looking forward to it, ReporterBot. Vivica blows you a kiss, then burps. Better start practicing your burps for the regulation Muncho cheer. So we've had fart rains and Muncho burps. This game is getting very bodily. And baby, I got a big body. Look at my big body. So big. Alright, let's check the bridge first. Fix your small feet and giant head by making your tail more dump truck than a fleet of dump truck aircraft. By making your dump more tail truck. Make your dump into a tail truck. I can words. Enough, Joe! I gave you the path! Fly it already! No, it'd be faster if we arc around that moon. You're the pilot, not the navigator. You're forgetting half the math. Yes, I'm the pilot, the one in the hot seat. My job is to get us there as fast as possible. And my job is to get us there safely. Let me do my job. Becca, let me do mine. These, sprites are... They look like they're terrified of each other. Fight! 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 Oh, this isn't fighting, ReporterBot. This is Joe being aggravating and wrong. I'm not... fine. When the dealer scoops us and Ursula comes calling, you're explaining why we didn't arc the moon. Happy to do so. In an uncrashed ship. You have made the right choice. Sure have. See, Joe, the robo understands. Are you two a team now, conspiring against speed itself? Damn shame, that. You'll get over it. By the time we get there. Safely. Let's go already. Engaging thrusters. Joe, I like not crashing and dying on a moon somewhere because you decided to, like, do a gravity ramp off a moon. Fly us into a black hole cluster or some shit. Also, I love this ghost plant. One mouth of the bending never was is screaming, another is muttering under its breath, a third is reciting what sounds like Humanian gardener funeral rites. Cool, it's my chat. Reporter bot. I find sometimes I come to this garden, in truth, hoping to see a plant from home. Like the wallowing weeper who seems to understand my pain. Pain? You see, my life on Og was complicated. I was always drawn to the finer things. But born to a planet of violence and junk. To fit in, I embraced a life of violence. And I embraced your junk. I found myself entangled with the ominous Shivers gang. So this is why you're always trailing off mysteriously. Yes, it's true. Art was my only way out. I wrote a musical called Greasy. About something I thought every augur could get behind. A diesel fuel service station. But when the Shivers, my own brothers, found out, they broke up our opening night. And I ran so far away. Got in a beat-up pickup interplanetary vessel and found my way here. Are you ever scared the Shivers will come after you? I don't fear the Shivers anymore. Their attentions are so fickle. I'm sure they moved on as soon as the next rusty thing caught their eye. But I can never go back. Makes sense. Please keep what I've said today about he shivers. Please keep it confidential. Not for me, oh no. But for everyone else's sake. It can be terribly detrimental for morale to have one's heroes fall from grace. And I do consider myself to be somewhat of a lauded figure around these parts. I will not disillusion you. Alright, what's good at the cafeteria? Foodbot's not here? Oh, there she is, okay. Scalloped biohash, organic. You know, organic's a big umbrella. A really big umbrella. Tanker tots with optional grease gravy. Okay, I'd eat it. Brightsicles stored in a light safe box. And ground beef sans beef. I'm sorry, I don't think you can have ground beef without the beef. I think if you don't have the beef, what you have there is not ground beef. You can just have the ground. I mean, yes, but then don't call it ground beef. Hello, Reporter Bot. My compliments to Foodbot and that terrifying cook beast. I sure know how to season ground beef. Tastes just like home. The cook beast is terrifying. Yeah, we had a cook beast at the dealer, too. No Foodbot, just the beast. We mostly ate off ship. I like it here. I feel like I'm earning my keep. Cleanly. I don't need the dealer's angles to write good journalism. I'm Wyren the listening one. I listen very well and I report what I hear. What's the secret to good listening? Listening is active. Not just paying attention, though that's a big part of it. You try to read people, let them fill in silences. Everybody's willing to share more than they think they are. You just have to set them up to do it. You know, this could be a good tip on how to interview the big Zeal. For example, in the few cycles I've been here, I've noticed. Lots. Ursula seems to have a, strained relationship with her son. That co-pilot, Oren, seems to have some self-esteem issues under that bubbly personality. Richard Gravity, for all his bluster, seems to keep quiet about his relationship. You see, all it takes is a keen ear and a present mind. Can't wait to figure out a thing or two about you. Oh no, I'm going to be learned about. Speaking of Richard, hi, Dick. Terrible. Just terrible. The service on this ship used to be so much better. Service is important to a pleasant dining experience. Why is this a question? Exactly. We used to have good service on this ship. You didn't have to come down to the cafeteria for starters. Food was delivered to you, your desk, your bunk, wherever, whenever. Foodbot would bring you your meal. She seemed happy to do so, I should add. But then Ursula said Foodbot was never supposed to do that. And that she didn't want to, especially not very late at night, when she should be recharging. News to me. But what's the point of having a Foodbot then? Eating in a cafeteria is so degrading. Maybe it's time to go write another restaurant review. Honestly, Richard, I think you deserve to be degraded a little bit. You know, just a wee smidge. Richard Gravity, clearly not my favorite character here. Richard is kind of a dick. I think that's his archetype, yeah. Zeal Prime! I heard about your assignment. Are you nervous? A little. Oh, don't be. It's only the biggest interview of your career. Which, depending on how it goes, might be a very short career. But don't let that unnerve you. You go out there and you interview that most wonderful goo. Because I want to read all about it. Read all about it. Yar seems unusually dejected this cycle. Oh, it's you, Reporter Bot. What's up? Nothing! Everything is good. Except for things that aren't good. Oh, Prime, what am I saying? I came up here to look at space. Because space always helps me think. But it's not helping. What are you thinking about? Nothing! Well, actually my internship is ending. And I got offered the job. It's everything I wanted. Yar seems very somber for someone getting everything they wanted. So what's wrong? The dealer offered me a position as well. A good one. I don't know what to do. Working here had been the best. Arwen, the crew. You. But I want to further my career. So do I stay here? Or do I move on? You're smart, you'll work it out. Yeah, you're right. I have to work it out for myself. Thanks for talking to me, Reporter Bot. It made me feel a bit better. Yeah, I don't want to tell him to go to the dealer, because that would continue to make us rivals. I don't want to order him to stay here, because that would... Actually, I don't know what that would do, but it doesn't seem right. Like, we're on equal footing. And we should stay that way. You had better have some kind of official business, intern. I'm busy right now. The surgery hole is in use. Can I go in next? No, of course not. Surgery hole is a highly specialized healing space. Only those who really need it can go in. Someone's sick. Oh no. Calm your coolants. They'll be fine. Only thing is, I did forget their name. It was, something Zeal. Sounded like Borin? Doran? Orin! Yeah, that's the one. Orin. I got the gloops. Is that a real illness? Of course it is! Fine. It's much worse than the goops. A Zeal's ghoul gets all runny, it can be fatal. It almost never is, it's just very annoying. They slosh around in their tank and sometimes a bit of them leaks out the vents. That's why I have Orin tucked safely into my sterile surgical field. So there won't be any spills. I'm sick of talking to you, go away. Fine. Thank you. Bye. It's a run. Yeah, I don't want Orin to drip all over the decks. We don't need that much Orin around the place. I like Orin, but you know... Let's keep Orin contained within Orin. What's up? Hey, reporter bot. Did you come to join the game? Who else is playing? Myself, Martina, the mechanic, the shuttlebots, and Orin, usually. It's a bi-moonly hollow card tournament. A lot of arcane rules. It's called Arcane Rules. That's the name of the game. It sounds needlessly compl- I'm not much for complicated card games. Oh, it is. We waste tons of time just arguing over minor infractions. But the fun kind of arguing, you know? It's great. Good luck with that. Not my thing. Hey, Tuffy. Just waiting for the gang. A few of us meet here for a bi-moonly holocard tournament. Not much for complicated who occasionally gets into Magic the Gathering. I haven't actually played Magic the Gathering since, like... whenever the first starter set was. And I, like, never bought any new cards. I just played with the starter set. So... what game do you play? We play a game of Arcane Rules. Literally called Arcane Rules. How do you win? The winner is the one left with the most points, unless their avatar has done one full cycle of the track. In which case, the highest card, inverted, during the last game, draws first. Then a duel is instigated, but you don't want to win the duel. You want to be the second to the winner if, and only if, the winner's deck contains a multi-flush. You following? I hate this. Well then, with all due respect, Scram. You won't want to be an interloping intern once the 24D die on the holo cards, and the rooks on giant bird pieces come flying out. It'll already be a full house. A bit of an Arcane Rules humor for you. Have a good cycle, reporter bot. See you around. Yeah, no. I do not want to be involved in whatever buttfuckery this is. I'm sorry.
Will you let me see what you're like on the inside?
Maya, no. You get away with me with that. Get away from me with that scalpel. Let's do it. Wow, an interview with Zeal Prime, the unquestioned authority of all Dorp. They must really think you know what you're doing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
What I'm trying to say is maybe you ought to save.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna save my game as soon as we get out of here. Okay. Weird walk cycle. Let's go ahead and save over cycle 13. Are you Dorp Prime? Oh, hi there! I'm Hattie Gibbous. It's a bad name, but it's the only one I got. Are you here to see Zeal Prime too? I'm interviewing them for the Times and Galaxy. The Times and Galaxy. Never heard of it. But if you're doing an interview, you better be nice. Zeal Prime only deserves nice questions. And if you ask nice questions, you'll get nice answers. Why do you care so much? Zealy is the reason humans can travel in space. They're the reason you even exist. Meeting them is the chance of a lifetime. And I'll wait a lifetime. How long have you been waiting? I haven't been waiting that long, really. Maybe 7 cycles? Compared to the trip to Central Station, that's space peanuts. How did you get to Central Station? To get here, I stowed away on a robot-y barge from Og. And before that, a raw material freighter from Humania to Og. Freighters move slow, barges even slower. I think it took 174 cycles total to get here. That's also counting a layover in Og. Hattie shudders. What happened on Og? Og was fine enough, I guess. Kinda dusty, yeah? But it was the attitudes that got to me. Nobody there seems to respect Zealy like they should. I mean, they are Zeal Prime, a higher power who floats among us simple organisms. Well, I guess you're not an organism, but the rest of us. Everywhere I go, I try to spread the appeal of the Zeal. Not everyone likes to hear about it. Why do you think not everyone likes to hear about it? Hattie pauses for a moment to think about your question. I guess it's self-importance. Pride, yeah? They say Zeal Prime knows everything there is to know. What happened, what's happening, and what's about to happen. I want to know what's going to happen to me. I can tell you what will happen to you. You're going to get thrown into space. Really? What will happen to me, Miss I Know Everything? You'll leave this station a different Hattie. Gosh, I sure hope so. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. We have been waiting for you to arrive. Rude of you to leave the Great Zeal Prime waiting. I sincerely apologize. And I sincerely believe you're sorry. It doesn't change the fact that you made the Great Zeal Prime wait. You may proceed into the Prime Chamber when ready. But remember, you only get 3 questions. No more, no less. Actually, you can ask less. I think you mean fewer questions. Either way, 3 is all you get. The Great Zeal Prime Chamber is through that door. Please stay inside the stanchions, touch nothing. And remember, 3 questions. 3 questions for him. 3 questions for him. I'm gonna ask him 3 things. Would it kill them to put out a few magazines or snacks? A poster depicting Zeal Prime, a proud, massive Zeal, somehow surviving, even thriving outside of a goop tank. The accompanying slogan claims that there's a little bit of everyone inside Zeal Prime. Ew. Only 3 questions! Give me the seed. Stop, give me the seed. A swirling Psychopodian seed. This Zeal plant is more of an amoeba, really. It has never successfully germinated in the DORP system. Maybe Security Bot can change that. Okay.
Where have you been all this time?
Driving this streetcar.
I don't think that's one of the questions I'm gonna ask. Thank you, though. Who dares disturb the great and omnipotent Zeal Prime? Nah, just kidding. You're Reporter Bot, the system's first ever robo-reporter. How I know that? I'm Zeal Flippin' Prime, baby. I know pretty much everything there is to know around here. That includes not just the meaning of life, but the meaning of every life. Also some black hole in the wall joints with truly delicious grub. Speaking of which, you must be hungry. For knowledge! You can ask me anything, I'm all about transparency. 'Cause I'm all translucent goop! Oh, but only 3 questions, okay? I got a lot of Zeal Prime stuff going on. Don't worry. Choosing topics will not count as a question. Still, you must use your time wisely. Alright, the value of... You're not what I expected. I guess we could do like a humanizing piece on Zeal Prime. I bet you were expecting someone taller, right? Totally the shoes. Anyway, now you got 2 questions. Oh shit. I'm basically a genie, but with questions. That wasn't a question. Oh, what a weird loophole. And a nice try. I'm not gonna allow it, though. 3 questions and/or comments. We start for reals. Now. What would you like to ask about now? Alright, let's get in on the solar currency shit. Ah, the economy. Everyone loves bucks, and the buck stops with me. What are you after? What What happens when you freeze bucks? Chaos? Nothing? My acting secretary of Bucks, the real one was squished, said it was a good idea to prevent volatility after what happened. And what happened? Do your readers actually care about money? So what happened is the big metal abacus that is technically the economy broke. I want to say there was a good reason, but it happened when I sneezed real hard and shook the entire station. When I sneeze, it can be pretty gnarly, as I'm sure you can imagine. The beads all fell off and rolled around. Killed several of my favorite accountants, actually. Anyway, they're too heavy for anyone but me to lift. And I'm clearly in no rush. So everyone's just rolling with it for now. Get it rolling, 'cause beads? That was a Zeal Prime joke. People are dead, Zeal Prime. Move to another topic. Alright. What do you want to know? What's next for the DORP system? Your third and final question. DORP is doing just fine without my intentions. It's full of unique and wonderful lizard people. Goops aplenty, as well as humans, robos, and whatever those verge things are. I'm here if something goes wrong, but right now things are pretty decent. So my plans for the foreseeable millennia are more chill than you'd think. But if you need an answer, maybe we should build a space hospital. Like a hospital, but it's in space. For when people get hurt. Space is kind of far otherwise. Yeah, would that have saved those accountants? People still get hurt, right? Oh, looks like that's the end of our time. You'll excuse me. I really must get back to my many, many duties. So many duties. Alright, well, we interviewed Dorp Prime. And you know what? This piece is not going to look flattering. Total jokester in charge of system. Zeal Prime Sneeze was responsible for toppling the economy. Zeal Prime announced an intention to build a space hospital as a hospital, but in space. I know pretty much everything there is to know around here, said Zeal Prime after demonstrating at least a knowledge of their visitor list. The Secretary of Bucks was squished when the economy broke. So this is mostly a sensationalistic piece, which is not really what I expected. I was expecting more of a xenofiction piece, but you know what? I'm good with this. I guess I'm going for sensationalism over anything else. Have you spoken with Zeal Prime? It would be a shame to go... Yeah, let's go ahead. Wow, you really dug deep into... Yep, I sure did. I feel like we gave a good interview, and, like... I think people would want to know that their leader killed a bunch of people with the economy. Like, literally the economy. Six-dimensional chess. This game was over before it even began, and unfortunately you lost. Try working on your time defense skills. That's economics! People die! Of fun! Okay, bye. Hello, intern reporter bot. Or should janitor bot say goodbye? Accessing record. You have been an adequately unmessy intern. Others have bought janitor bot much grief/sadness/overtime work. Your mess has been mostly contained to your desk. Mostly. Will you miss me? No. Your final message will vanish like all mess does, when faced with Janitor Bot's mighty and efficient cleaning regimen. Other interns will replace you, bringing more or less mess than you did. Their messes will cause Janitor Bot emotion agony too. But few have spoken with Janitor Bot like you have. Attempted to glimpse the beautiful tragic truth behind the popular cleaning regimen. So for that, Janitor Bot thanks you. And will save our conversation files. To reflect on, sometimes. Now leave so you do not scuff the floor any further than you already have. So, I guess we're on our next to last cycle, but we're already being dismissed. Maybe the last cycle of the game is a fast food simulator. Hey, Reporter Bot. What did you decide? What does it look like? I'm staying, of course. I'm just packing up my stuff to move to a real desk. Finally getting out of the intern pit. Are you jealous? A little, maybe. Haha. You'll probably have your own desk soon. And then there'll be new interns, maybe. It's kind of weird to think about. I hope I get to stay too. I hope so too. But you're actually pretty good. So I'm sure you'll be okay. Yar cringes at their own sweet sentiment. Oh my prime, I always say the dorkiest things around you. I don't know why you put up with it. I like you too, Yar. Ah! This is too embarrassing. But I like you too. I'm glad I'm staying. Let's see what the people thought of our interview. Thank you. I asked for more in-depth coverage of government and you delivered one cycle later. Was that a coincidence or do you offer articles by request? If so, can you cover irrigation law and Humania next? Stigley Pewter. Okay. Garden Variety Newspaper Ignorance. Oh sure, you'll cover some underground dirt dweller fare. But Garden Con, Humania's best and biggest fare, doesn't even get a mention? I'd put one of my classic fruit pies up against those interesting dirt pies any day. For shame, Florence Abernathy. Hey, Space Wad. Heard you're gonna be kicked out soon. Photography Bot suddenly looks uncharacteristically dejected. Well, that's great. Because I hate having to learn the names of you interns, so I'll be glad to see the back of you, Reporter Bot. Can't wait to never see you again. I look forward to wiping all details of you from my memory. I have come to realize this is just how Camera Bot expresses themselves. Like an asshole. Hey, twins. Ah, intern! Well, not for much longer. Soon to be freelancer. Maybe even staff. Possibly Reporter Bot. Who knows? Your future is bright regardless of the handle we use. We are just proud watchers who have a gift for you. You're proud of me? We are! Documenting your journey from that first shuttle crash story to now a seasoned pro of all trades. It brings a bubble to our eyes. It's how we cry. And we rarely do, but for you an exception, which is why we've made this for you. The twins pull out a large book of hollow paper. Your name is on the cover. It is a collection of all your clippings, every story saved, for posterity and reflection, and for remembering you, even though we're sure we'll see you again. Or your name, at least, in print. We'll keep this gift here for safekeeping, so we don't forget you. Not that we ever would. Thank you for this gift, intern. You didn't have to do that. We'll treasure it always. So thoughtful on and off the page. We're grateful for the time we've shared and look forward to your glorious future. Somehow I think we ended up giving them the gift of ourselves. Sure? Hey, Tuffy. Slow day for crime. Which admittedly is not great for me, but good for the greater dorp. With your internship almost over, it gave me time to make you a surprise. Any guesses what it might be? Dumbbells? You kidding me? I know I may not act like it, but there's more to life than getting ripped and or toned. Besides, dumbbells would be useless to a non-organic being. No offense. I made you a cake! A protein-rich, high-density super cake. Made entirely of porterbell. Is that a steak cake? You know, the famed meat plant. It grows fruit that tastes, smells, and looks exactly like raw meat. It bleeds when you cut it. And see those confetti-like details? Plant platelets. Aw, you shouldn't have. It's the least I could do. You've been a bang-up intern and one righteous robo-reporter. She gives you a backslap that nearly sends you flying across the room. You deserve a permanent gig here, Reporter Bot. Moonrock's rooting for you. She takes a fistful of bloody cake, winks, and walks away. That woman scares the shit out of me. Do you realize you've been with us for 16 cycles? I've been asking Ursula what she has planned for you once your internship's over. So far, I know nothing about your future. What I do know is your present. I have a couple interesting stories this cycle. There's a big robo fight down on Og that Billy can't cover. You found a poster on the mall for it. Looks decent, I guess. Oh, remember those ghosts on Humania? Apparently one of them died and were invited to the funeral. Do not ask me how that worked. That's why I think it's a story. I'm going to the robo fight. I want to see that robo from the intro movie. Ah, the robo fights. From the Grand Og tradition of battling and scrapping. This is a fun one. Robos fight for parts and glory. Several shows that run throughout the season. This is the final bout of something called the All-Og Grand Slapdown. The current standing champ, Michael Bot. Demo Bot's my favorite, though, a real up-and-comer. Sorry, I'm a bit of a fight fan. Yeah, I'm covering the robo fight. Don't let anyone try to recruit you or pick you for parts. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Ooh, I can wander into Ursula's office. Ah, Reporter Bot. This is officially the last cycle of your internship, correct? How are you feeling? Confident, no worries at all. Well, that's good to hear, I suppose, but don't think you can slack just because it's our last cycle. I expect you to get out there and bring me a winning article. I mean, I'm confident that we'll probably have a job. We've consistently kept the reputation and the readership high. If anything, we might get poached by the dwarf dumbass paper that sucks. But, like, maybe if I keep my factuality up. I don't know. Reporter Bot, glad you're here. Arwen's asked me to offer some mentorship to you and Yar. Given that I'm both here and there in the journalism world. Of course, you've been here for a while now, but as your internship draws to a close, what questions do you still have about this career or this industry? Ask whatever you like. How do you navigate romantic relationships in the workplace? An excellent question. I've had a couple that can be tricky. Jealousy takes hold in the most trite ways. Like when you both go up for the same promotion, someone constantly gets more interesting assignments, or you break up, then have to see each other in the cafeteria every day. Takes its toll. I've seen it work out, though. 2 former co-workers at the dealer are happily married. Well, they broke up a few times before that. The editor there, Garflax the Slanderous one, used to like sending them out on the same story, and just publishing whichever version was better. That sort of experience definitely tests a relationship. That sounds tricky, alright. Yeah, well, Garflax liked to keep the office as sensational as the stories we cover. Which, I must admit, could be fun, as long as you weren't the one being made to squirm. Anything else you'd like to know? What was the worst assignment you ever had? There have been a few bad ones, but once working at the dealer, we received a tip about Zeal Prime trying to keep a low profile. getting up to some activities that, if true, were quite unbecoming of a figure of their stature. So I camped out in the lobby of the fancy hotel in Marta Loop for 4 full cycles, waiting for a glimpse of Prime, who, it should be noted, is a gigantic Zeal. Very hard to miss. How would a gigantic Zeal access a hotel? An excellent question that my editor did not care about, though there was no conceivable way Prime would fit through the doors. So despite my protests, there I sat, waiting. I got to know the hotel staff quite well. Though they weren't exactly sympathetic to me waiting for one of their guests, I just sat and waited mostly. Couldn't even wander the mall in case Prime showed up and I missed it. Counted my thoughts a few times. I had surprisingly few, mostly just, this is boring and trite. And this is not why I got into journalism. Oh, I also went in through phases of finding the hotel carpet horrible, and then wonderful, and then horrible again. In the end, we used a photo of a random Zeal entering the hotel, who looked vaguely suspicious. Though that could have just been a reaction having their photo taken. Anyway, we claimed it could have been Prime, having detached a smaller part of themselves to evade detection. I had to turn in something. And we ran plenty of speculation pieces in the dealer. Though that one felt like a particularly low moment. Soon after, I started talking to Ursula about coming over here. I know they don't run that sort of trash here, but remember your worth as a journalist, reporter bot. Anything else you'd like to know? I better get back to work, thanks. Sure. That ought to fulfill my mentorship obligation for now. If you have any questions in the future, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to maintain correspondence, even once your internship is over. Alright, let's talk to Richard. Ursula wants less fear-mongering from me, so here it is. My finest column. An ode to love to my boyfriend, Gernald Griggs. Your finest column? Yes! Though I write incredibly important words each and every day, this one is especially poignant. Most newspaper articles are about facts. Necessary, but dull. Columns like mine are where papers get to think and feel, and offer something more than just reporting. They're the beating heart of the paper. And sometimes that heart needs to be vulnerable and open, instead of tough and questioning. That's what Gernald tells me anyway. And he's right, so this column honors our love. What will the readers think? They'll eat it up, because they too love or have loved, and they'll be thankful for the reminder. Especially since my column ends in a proposal! I just know he'll say yes, because we talked about it before. Then we'll be wed, the social event to see and be seen at. It's just how smooth I am, intern. You are the new intern, right? I have been here for 16 cycles, Richard. You all look the same to me. Well, good luck with your internship. I'm sure you learned a lot from me. Most importantly, you want an official Richard Gravity autograph? Send a request and a non-refundable deposit to my fan page. You received a signed glossy photo in 8 to 10 business cycles. That was Gernald's idea, see? His genius knows no bounds. One of the many reasons he's reserving this column. Better finish it without delay. That's your cue to leave. I keep looking for something redeeming in Richard, you know, and, Christ, what an asshole. And furthermore... Oh, they hated this one. Reporter bot, read this! Pharrell shows you a message, more of a screed about one of Pharrell's articles. The language, colorful, the tone, unforgiving, and it makes multiple demands that Pharrell be fired. Pretty impressive, right? To pull that much hate out of a stranger? Now to write my response. You're gonna reply to this? Sure am. I'm very nice in my replies. People like to throw their feelings into letters like these, cast them off into the world, and then expect me to cower in the face of their opinion. But they rarely expect a direct response, especially not a polite one. I rarely hear back again. Nice strategy. Being polite is being right. Thanks, I agree. As the questionable one, people expect ridiculous things out of me. But being questionable doesn't always mean making the most outrageous choice. It's about keeping them guessing. Never let them pin you down, Reporter Bot. If you're predictable, they write you off. But if you're unpredictable, some deep part of them wants to see what you'll do next. I get Pharrell, I really do. I've always kind of lived my life on this principle. Unfortunately, I am very predictable. But, you know, that's worth something. Ah, Reporter Bot. You've caught me at a historic moment for both the paper and myself. After casually discussing the merits and demerits of Frial to Joy with Chulun, they've recommended I co-write their next theater review with them. And the play is a classic, spawn crazy and exuberant farce, which I originally saw on the West End of space. Oh, I'll be reading it as a humble subscriber. But of course, in my enthusiasm, it slipped my mind. It's your penultimate cycle. I don't say this often, but you have done excellent work here at Times and Galaxy, Reporter Bot. All the best with your future endeavors. I know you will greet whatever life throws at you with integrity, tenacity, and a little bit of mischief. Farewell. Oh, and thank you, the other cycle, for lending an antenna about my past life, and for your discretion about it all. I am your humble servant. And honestly, I never say things like that. He bows deeply. Oddly enough, possibly my favorite guy at the Times and Galaxy. Like my favorite character right there. Well, I mean, Chulun is, like, maybe, it kind of wobbles between those two for, like, 2 and 3. Reporter Bot, here we are at the end of your internship. I'm really gonna miss having you on board. I liked your spunk. I'll miss you too. I have a funny feeling you'll be back. You're too good not to keep. We can't let the dorp dealer steal you, can we? But no matter what happens, you have to guest on my podcast. It's called Chillin' with Chulun. I chat with guests about arts happenings all across Dorp. You could even be a regular if you wanted. I can probably find some time for that. Great, we can figure out the scheduling later. That's always the hardest part. But I only ask people I really respect. You done good here, intern. Thanks for everything. Easy does it. And there it is. Another perfect sentence from me. I must say, intern, you've had a couple winners in your past few stories. I've been learning from the best. You certainly have. It's nice to see my influence in action. That said, don't let it go to your head. You're only as good as your next sentence. Eyes on the future. Or telling the next story in an honest, compelling way. Which against all odds you've managed to start doing. Again, my influence at work. Keep it up, intern. Or should I say, Reporter Bot. Go forth and report. I will. I guess we're gonna say all of our goodbyes. You will never know how I feel about Ursop. Probably my second or third favorite character, tied with Chulun. I think my first favorite character may actually be Janitor Bot, but Ursop is definitely, like, high up on my favorites. And he's my chosen romance, if I'm allowed to have a chosen romance. I don't know. No, this is not possible. I lost all my changes. I must work. Please let me work. I understand. You are kind, but I would never put all this on you. Copybot motions to their desk, a score of hollow notes, neatly arranged in rows and piles. Then their demeanor shifts. They frantically gather up the hollow notes. They seem embarrassed, like there's something in there you weren't supposed to see. As Copybot struggles to hold all the hollow notes in their steel, now trembling hands, one note falls to the floor. Oh no, wait! Bury me in red sand. I will emerge eons later, rusted, Copybot snatches the hollow note out of your hand. Is this some kind of creative writing? It's a poem I'm working on, but it's not finished. Copybot tucks the poem away where you can't read another word. I need to get back to work. Aw. Honestly, Billy is top 5 too. Billy sort of reminds me of, like, Space Saria. Reporter Bot! I got you something. To celebrate the ending of your internship. Billy hands you a tiny box. Inside is a sports rookie card. It's of a player named Reporter Bot. That's you and your picture's on the card. I have a friend who works at a custom memorabilia shop. I thought this would be a nice way to celebrate your time here. Hope you like it. This is great. Thanks so much. Yeah, well, you deserve it. The internship was kind of like your rookie season. And it's proven your career is going to be all-star quality. Maybe you could sell that card for $1 million. Something like that. I'll try to buy it back if I can afford it. Really, I just hope I keep getting to know you. Not as co-workers, but as, You know what? Sure, romantic partners. Yeah, exactly. I'm so happy you feel that way, too. The stadium in my heart is going wild because you make me feel like a champion. And that's enough sentiment out of me for now. We're still at work. But I'll see you later. Can't wait. Alright, sure. Admittedly, that's not dating Ursop. Maybe I could double date. Is polyamory a thing? And just like that, you're off, huh, Sprockets? Bigger and better things? I'll miss you, Ed. Well, that's not the attitude we try to foster around here. But the real world has a funny way of knocking that out of you. I think you're gonna wish you could come back in a few cycles. Till then, Sprockets, till then. Yay, Og nibbling. I'm gonna get chewed upon. I don't even want to fucking talk to the medical bot. The medical bot's an asshole. Fuck you, medical bot. Reporter bot! I heard it's your last cycle. How are you feeling? I don't know how I feel. I wouldn't either. I never interned, but still. When I got the job here, I didn't know what to expect. I'm excited to be leaving Og to see space. Scared, too. You carry those memories with you, you know? Places you lived, places you worked. You can even miss a desk, I think. So silly. Sometimes I miss the tool bench I had on Og. There was nothing all that special about it. But I miss it anyway. Good luck with whatever your next endeavor is, Reporter Bot. I hope to see you in my shuttle bay again. Alright. The, receptionist bot said to hurry, so... Let's get out there. Your last story before the end of your internship. Make it count, maybe they'll let you stay. If not, Claire's in the mall is probably hiring. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a just factual story. I want to push myself a little more toward the fact area of reporting. So that's my goal. Oh man, there is so much. A whole assortment of grand slapdown merch, t-shirts, banners, ponchos to protect from oil splatter. Or is it spatter? Leave these questions to Copybot. Yeah, there's that robo that I really wanted to see. This gear seems to have belonged to a fairly heavy-duty robo. Must have taken some force to knock it loose. Porkin' beezies! That man? Wow, the foot of some unfortunate competitor. It's just sitting around here being a foot. A spare arm. Hope nobody's looking for this. Oh, it's me. Basher bot will bash them. Bash them. I can't. Sorry. I don't deserve a catchphrase right now. Are you okay? It's that bad, huh? Guess it's not the day for old Basherbot. To be honest, I don't really fit in around here. I thought AUG and fighting would totally be my thing, but I don't feel like I belong at all. Maybe I was better off before. Well, what did you do before this? I work for a space cruise company. Us engine bots used to have a fight club during the off-season. When I got fed up with engine repair and quit, I came out here. Thought I'd be pretty good. Wishful thinking, I guess. I might get my memory banks wiped and go back to the space cruise life, even if I did hate it. Better than just being a failure. Well, do you like fighting? I mean, thought I did. Maybe I don't. To be honest, ugh. Well, it's silly. Basherbot seems overcome with bashfulness. Loving some of the character designs you're seeing. Some hunky yeah. I think that means you saw the mechanic, who is the #1 beefcake on the ship. Hold on. Well, truthfully, I always wanted to open a glass-blowing studio. Make ship models and little Stridulonian ducks and napkin rings. I don't know, maybe it's a pipe dream, like this was. I think you should go for it. Yeah, I can do it. And I'll change my name to Smasherbot. Dude at the door to the locker. Ooh, yeah, okay. No, not that. Something else. Blowerbot? No, not that either. Thanks for all your help. Well, I talked that guy out of competing. This auger is hard at work on something with all kinds of tubes and loose wires. Help you with something, kid? Do you have a moment to talk about the competition? I might have. First, I'd like to know who's asking. Me, I'm Catrick Slugjoiner. You know, it's polite to introduce yourself. Nice to meet you. I'm with the TNG. Ah, the Times, huh? Okay. What do you want to hear? What are you doing? Tuning up the finger joints for Demo's third hand. You might think it's all about force, but dexterity matters a lot. My wife, Canary, helps out with the stuff usually. She would have come too, but she's holding down the fort at the Parts Cafe. Canary actually used to be a fighter herself. Didn't really want Demo fighting. But they were so determined, she came around eventually. What kind of bot is Demo? Good question. We've never really been sure. We found them in an abandoned trash heap. They were half stripped for parts. Canary and I put them back together. Never thought we'd have any kids, personally. Forearms? Oh yeah, you've got to see some more of the Augs. You definitely will, though, if you stick around for a bit. Although, hello, bunny. But that's life, I guess. Where did the name Demo come from? Oh, because they're always smashing stuff. Caused a huge ruckus at the Parts Cafe. Here comes the demolition, we used to say. Catrick chuckles fondly. Good times. Anyway, I better finish this up. You enjoy the fight, okay? Watch close. Because it's gonna be a win for the history logs. Alright, Hork and Beezy, how's it going, photography bot? You scared, intern? You look like you're shaking in your chassis. I could have gone out for the robo fights, you know. I wouldn't want to fight you. Of course you wouldn't. A cowardly, hollow pencil pusher like you. They didn't confiscate my biting attachments. I'd be tempted to jump into the ring, honestly. Oh well. We might as well do our jobs, I guess. Chop chop, intern. Get writing. Still a dick, photography bot. As you approach, this bot makes a vague hand gesture at you. You think it's a greeting, it might be meant as an insult. Dude, I'm Michael Bot. Too good to meet you. You're just in time to check my championship match. Can I get a quote for the TNG? You bet. I love to support the written word. Although Times and Galaxy is a bit on my bad side, you know. You guys printed a pretty whack picture of me as it happens. I got the star treatment in the dealer. Real nice glamour shot. Not that that's your fault, big friend. What attracted you to the robot fights? Good question, dude. It's actually a mystery in a way. Before I was Michael Bot, I don't know what kind of bot I was. I got scrubbed and reinitialized as an MC at company parties on Central. Not the coolest gig, to be honest. But I was Michael Bot, which was like chill, you know? Then one day I realized if I'm gonna be Michaelbot, such a cool guy, I want to go all out, you know? So I ditched Central Station to join the fighting circuit. We all have a purpose, you know? I don't think it's always the one we were built for. Everyone needs to walk to their own beat. You don't wonder about your mysterious past? Huh. Nah. That's all in the past. And I live in the future! And futurely, I'm gonna kick some butt. Catch you on the flip side. He waves and heads out. What a brodacious dude. John Cenabot. Not usually so on. That's cool. Like I said, the Augs, they give vibes. You ready to start the fight? Things will start flying. It'll be hard to talk to anyone. I need to finish talking. Come back here when you're ready to start the fight. Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you. Hi. The bot says nothing on your approach, although they look receptive. Are you Demo? I am! Did you need something? Do you have any special moves you can tell me about? Special moves? I really shouldn't say. I have potentially been working on the 2-part reverse suplex. But I probably won't do it. It's the coolest move ever. You don't even realize what hit you until your main ambulation drive conks out. Cannery can do it, of course. I mean, she invented the pulley slapback pile drive. But, well, I don't want to mess up in there and make a fool of myself. So I probably won't try it. But maybe. Keep a close watch on my fight, okay? Demo gives you a friendly little wave. What a nice kid. Oh, we can still talk. Or could if I could get in there, which I can't. And what are you? It's not like the old days, you know. Now the crowd goes wild if someone loses an arm. They used to allow weapons-grade explosives. Anyway, you want to buy some parts? I got winner parts, loser parts, got some tubing, shoulder plates, you name it. Shirts and hats, too. Are you allowed to sell those? What are you, a cop? The long-held Aug tradition, I'll have you know. Totally illegal. Now, if you're not gonna buy, get out of the way. You're blocking space for customers. And finally, this guy. Hey, you want to try some Nitro Chug? Great, you're gonna love it! Also, Nitro Chug is not responsible for any malfunctions you experience due to the use of Nitro Chug. You accept the Nitro Chug sample and chug it. You are now processing 0.99982% faster, and the color blue appears to be wrong. Alright, let's get this match started. Welcome, bots and organics alike. We hope you're all geared up for the fight. I am 121 Hecklo 52, here with my good friend Cradalon Knife Build. Glad to be here, Hecklo. This should be one for the books. Our defending champ you all know well. Michaelbot came bursting onto the scene and is thus far undefeated. He's got a lot of swagger, that's certainly true. He's doing a gesture, raising his central digit. You know that one, Heck? Is it considered rude? That's actually a Humanian gesture, Knife Build, and I can confirm it is indeed rude. The energy on this guy! Sure to be a rousing fight. I know I'm expecting to see spilled fuel. Now in the opposite corner, we have Demo, also a relative newcomer. And there's the bell! Michaelbot, never one to hesitate, goes in for the first punch, but Demo has their guard up. Great defensive fighter, Heck, and we've seen that throughout. Oh, certainly. But that size is something of a disadvantage for speed. Demo goes for the attack, but Michaelbot is quick to dodge. Nope, it's gonna take something special to take down Michaelbot. He concentrates now on the body. Michaelbot doesn't stand a chance of pulling off an arm tear or complete halving like some bots can. Not on this opponent, certainly not. Although there goes a shoulder plate off Demo! The crowd roars in a mix of glee and frustration. Animation is difficult and expensive, that's true. Yeah, that's one for the crowd, and ooh, Demo retaliates by peeling off one of Michaelbot's arms. Yikes, classic move, well demonstrated here. Hold on. Can this be? It looks like Demo is gearing up for... I see what you're getting at, but there's no way. No one's pulled that move off since its debut in Robo Rockdown 36. But Demo is going for it! Can they execute this maneuver? Hecklo, I can't believe my eyes. Oh my botanist. The two-part reverse suplex. And Michaelbot goes down hard. This move knocks out the main ambulation drives. It can be devastating if done correctly. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this fight may be over already. Refs counting. It does not look good, Heck. No nice, it does not look good. The ref's making a call. Michaelbot is down. That's a fight and the day for Demo. The crowd is in an uproar as Demo accepts the winner's belt. Everyone starts to disperse quickly after. Better grab some post-fight interviews. Nobody wants to talk to the loser. Where is the big fellow? Oh, hey! What'd I tell you, huh? Mom! Although momentarily overwhelmed by parent-related embarrassment, Demo rallies. Did you see? I pull off the two-part reverse suplex! I couldn't believe it. It was a risky play, kid, but it paid off. Cannery's gonna be so proud when you tell her. Alright, these are both lady Augs. I mean, fair. Any words for aspiring robos? Believe in yourself! And don't be afraid to try new things. Become a beast beyond recognition. That's great advice. Your mom and I are so proud. Let's get cleaned up and back to the Parts Cafe. What a delightful family. Although they are a bit terrifying. Nice meeting you, reporter pal. Unfortunately, it looks like I don't get that actual quote. I honestly thought Michaelbot had more of a chance. Negative, he was clearly outclassed. I guess that's what you get when you tussle with a legacy like Cannery's. Don't you have a flight to catch? Have you always commented as a duo? Well, we met through the biz. Hecklo was a real up-and-comer with his unique vocab drivers and custom-written comedy algorithm. I was commentating small bash-ups across AUG. They teamed us up first at the BotBit sponsor free-for-all, I think. Negative, it was the Inter-AUG Triple Cage series. Alright. After that, it was like scrappers with a busted ship. Motor oil and a bot's empty mug. He can still do analogies even with the persona turned off. Sorry, but I do actually have a flight to catch. You are running the real risk of being late. I better get going. Hope you enjoyed the fight, though. Nice build, shares an intricate handshake with Hecklo and heads out. Hecklo gives you a perfunctory nod and also leaves. Okay, and, oh, hey, Brodio, you caught the fight, right? Saw you in the crowd when my arm came off. What'd you think? It was cool. Right? Completely tubular. I haven't had a fight that good in a while. I admire your positivity. For sure. That's the cool dude.exe 1.1 difference. But hey, it's off the record, you know. Our little secret. Now I gotta go find the part spot before they sell my arm. Epic talking to you, little friend. That really is the cool dude.exe difference. Maybe I should publish that. He didn't seem to want it published. But what do we have? Michael, well, all AUG Grand Slapdown. I want to stick to mostly the facts. So, unfortunately, that'll tank my review, my readership and all. Alright, maybe I'll do Alien Interest. Yeah, arm lost. New champ Demobot follows in the treads of former champ and mentor. Executed the rare two-part reverse suplex. I didn't get any quotes. I didn't get any quotes. I'll be damned. Microbot explained his occupation prior to joining the robo fights and the source of his laid-back attitude. Yeah, I think this is fine. This'll do. Are you ready to go? Yep. Let's submit the story. Our reputation went up a little. Our readership is already maxed. This one's mostly alien interest. I dug real dig. I digged. I digged my dug. Cycle 17, the end of times and galaxy. Ah, scrap. Terrible news, reporter bot. The scanner systems are down, like all of them. Everyone thinks Wyron sabotaged us. Wyron seems so nice, too. Maybe it's all just a misunderstanding? It just doesn't feel like a double play. And I know, because sports have plays. What do you mean, all systems? Well, not all systems, I guess. If we lost all systems, we'd be dead right now. Well, I would. You don't need air as much as I do. We are definitely extremely stuck in open space right now. And our maps are down, no more quick travel. Maybe other things, too. How am I supposed to get to the caf from here? Now, walk? The answer is yes, I will walk. But that's still not ideal. All this is also happening on your last cycle, too. The good news is there's a rumor going around you're going to be made permanent. You'll probably need to talk to someone who is actually your boss to confirm that, though. If it is true, that's rad and good. We might not always approach our stories the same way, but we need all kinds of voices to make this holopaper interesting. I am so truly and purely thrilled we got to spend some real time together here. There's nobody in the entire galaxy like you, reporter bot. What we have is just beginning. You make me feel like I've won every trophy, but it's just the start of the season. Yeah, we picked the right romance option, I think. Well, we picked a right romance option. I'm not sure if there's a wrong romance option. Unless Richard is an option, in which case, no. Thanks to your encyclopedic knowledge of games, you know this is just a pile of dice. Oh, okay. Anybody over here? This water cooler bot. Nobody cares what I think about the sabotage. That's true, goodbye. The pool table? Yeah, that's... The ring of fire on the trilliards table never seems to burn out. Must be nice. It's got layers. And it burns. That ring of fire. Alright. Can you believe this? Good thing I was wise enough to decline the dealer's offer. You worried about the future of the paper? I don't know. I mean, Wyron's getting fired, obviously. And you and I will probably have to work way harder to make up for the damage. It's pretty grim, but am I personally worried? Of course not. The best goo rises to the top of the tank. At least we're getting out of the intern pit. Oh, haven't you heard? There aren't going to be any new interns while all the damage from the attack is dealt with. So we're supposed to just keep our old deaths. Fun, right? Yar drops their mock gleefulness in size. Could be worse though, probably. Somehow. Anyways, I'm getting back to work. It's hard to imagine what work Yar could possibly have to do this cycle, but you have to admire their commitment to appearing busy. Gotta use the bathroom on our last day here. The first new method is titled Knockout Robo Fights article. Wow, what a blow-by-blow rundown of the latest Robo Fight. It's factual and fun to read. I was a Michaelbot fan, but now I have switched sides with the title. Long may Demobot reign. Fanbot. I'm disappointed. Times and Galaxy used to cover the real issues in the system, but now it's all scandals and store openings. Whatever happened to real news? This is why media is dying. Even in space, readers can hear you scream. Sincerely, Rontax Bruntle, longtime reader. I mean, I think I kind of evened out the chart a bit, but who knows. Let's go talk to the twins. Lay your fears to rest, intern. The archives are safe. We would never entrust the backups of an entire newspaper to the flimsy systems of the ship itself. Our knitting yarn is more reliable. What do you think happened? It's difficult to say, but fun to guess at. A virus downloaded by mistake? A spilled drink on a console? A piece of hardware that just passed its warranty date? Probably that. But nothing is determined yet. The whispers of a competitor's attack seem overstated to us. A proper attack would have gone for the archives first. And much more thoroughly. For destroying the past. Reorients the narrative as the destroyer sees fit. But instead, our carefully archived past has simply been inconvenienced. Mildly. So if it was an attack, it was a particularly sloppy one. Yeah. I don't know if I buy this whole, like, intentional sabotage idea. Wyron was too grateful to get out of that place. How's it hanging, Janitor Bot? Error. New calendar entry, title, the gravest day Janitor Bot has known. Have you ever had to clean inside a computer? Once, 13 cycles into job. Janitor Bot was different after. Worse. Spills within computer systems take special equipment and many extra cycles. Janitor Bot is now approximately missing number behind in cleaning routines. Opening file, crying while working. Executing file. Please leave Janitor Bot now. No time for anything but cleaning. Poor Janitor Bot. Oh, the boss's office is open. And she's not here. Interesting. I wonder if Ursula accidentally spilled something. Hi, Reporter Bot. I'm not sure if you've talked to Ursula yet, but I have the honor of confirming that you are going to be offered a permanent job here. Oh, did you hear? All our systems are down. They're saying it's sabotage. I knew something like this would happen. So much pressure to gain readers. This is not what happened on your first playthrough. Interesting. Cool. At the expense of our ethics. Naturally, someone would try to take us down through unethical means. Yeah. This sounds like because I focus so much on sensationalism, something sensationalistic happened here at the end. I had planned to throw you a bit of a party to celebrate your hard work. Instead, I'm stuck help picking up the pieces of our shattered systems. But I need to stress how much you've impressed me, kid. You're the best and only robo-reporter we've ever had. And I'm proud of you. When the dust settles, I'm excited to keep working together. It is impossible for me to believe the Dorp dealer would sabotage our systems. Either that or my BS detector is broken. A BS detector is a feature that detects bad sabotage. What else did you think it meant? Bulls do not even exist in this universe. Copybot, fourth wall, honey. You get back behind that right now. Hey, Richard. A traitor sent like an assassin to upend journalism itself, the very fabric of our society. What an opportunity. What if Wyron is innocent? How could they be? They show up and suddenly our entire system shuts down? It's obvious. Besides, I can use this to get readers to rally to our cause. To support me in my darkest hour, for I will not be silenced, I will roar! In what's sure to be an award-winning column that will make our rivals sorry they ever tried a stunt like this. Now go hurry up and get everything fixed, so my column can be published. Usual, he's an asshole. Listen, Reporter Bot, this rush to prosecute is totally ridiculous. I mean, I do personally think Wyron probably and definitely did do it. For sure. But there are rules, processes. Does the employee virtual handbook mean nothing to everyone? If there's a grievance, it should be evaluated by a tribunal of Wyron's peers. You're right, this is getting out of hand. Finally, someone with some sense around here. There is little in life that's clear-cut. and without complexity. This is why you're such a fine reporter. A very fine reporter indeed. Don't get distracted, Vivica. I have a tribunal to organize. To justice in its most thorough and true sense. Well, I gotta say, I've been doing this a long time and I've never seen this happen before. You gotta admit, it's a little funny, right? A newspaper losing everything? Which of us gets to cover this story? I'm happy to do the interviews. Didn't you lose your work too? For an organization focused on breaking news and now the news is broken, it's a little funny. It's even funnier that Wyra and Biff are double-crossed so badly. If nothing else, they seem pretty cunning. And then they pull this rookie-level sabotage while still on the ship? Hilarious. I genuinely do not believe Wyron is guilty. I will, like, buck up and Where are they, actually? I gotta find Wyron. I want to buck up and fight for them. I missed one seed, by the way. Shame, but... what's on the menu, though? Slick stick on a bun. It's on a bun. Okay. Cod Cog Tacos. Please specify preference clearly. Bulbatini with infrared or infra-white sauce. Ooh. Fruity Pebbles. Rock hard and crunchable. Barney! The end fits, worn with pride. Thank you, Cook Beast. Hey, Reporter Bot. What's all the ruckus this cycle? Something wrong with the ship? Can you confirm the Cook Beast's whereabouts since last cycle? Ah, playing Detective Bot, huh? Let me think. The Cook Beast and I played our usual 4 games of canasta, and then prepped all the taco ingredients. We've been at it since last cycle. So if you're looking for a culprit, you'll have to look somewhere else, unfortunately. But what exactly happened anyways? We were attacked by a competitor. They took down the scanner systems. Oh, goodness! Sabotage, I can hardly believe it. I mean, on Og, it's quite ordinary. The Daily Scraggler offices are exploded at least once in Og year. But here? Foodbot shakes her head despairingly. Well, I hope the damage can be repaired. And quickly. I don't mean to be selfish, but this is really distracting from all the work the Cookbot and I put into this cycle's menu. Cod tacos, and we have slick stick on a bun. I mean, we really outdid ourselves. Yeah, I have to admit, slick stick on a bun sounds... bun-flavored. Shared the Mog brain cell. I think it's called Mognet. No swirling Cyclopodian, just a lone bubble. Odd. Mog.org. It's .net. Overall mood, cool. This thing must be acting up again. This is such surprising news to experience. I have never considered that a friend could also be an enemy. Does that mean we should treat all enemies as friends? No, this must be a misunderstanding. Oh, that is relieving to be hearing. But what understanding is the misunderstanding part? About Wyron being a friend or an enemy? This is so confusing. Please tell Wyron to come explain this to me. In nice, clear words. A double cross. Been a while since I experienced one of those. Feels rough to be caught in it in the moment. But it'll make a good chapter in the old memoir. Did you see it coming? Wish I could say I did. But then we wouldn't be in this mess. I would have said something. But Wyron hasn't come up to the bridge except during their orientation. Haven't had a chance to get a real read on him. While we wait, maybe you can go get some answers out of Wyron. If you do, let me know. Confession would be great for the memoir. So dramatic. With the systems down, I feel most of all annoyed. Nowhere to fly till this mess gets unmessed. Gonna be a boring cycle or two. How well do you know Wyron? Not well. Wyron only came up here once. They've only been here a few cycles, though. I figured they were still settling in, getting their bearings. Guess Wyron won't have to worry about that anymore. If you'll excuse me, my grandkids are in dire need of a letter from Grano. They'll love hearing the ship's been sabotaged. It makes me much cooler than their other grandparents. Yeah, that is actually... yeah, But where is Wyron? Because, like... I desperately want to prove Wyron's innocence. Probably out by the shuttle. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm not talking to... well, maybe the mechanic. Oh, hey, Reporter Bot. Can't really chat right now. We're trying to get this door open. Unfortunately, my periodic repairs have made it basically impenetrable. Curse my expert engineering. What do you think about the situation with Wyron? I'm a little shocked, to be honest. We hadn't talked much, but they seemed nice enough. I mean, sabotage? What would compel them to do that? I get the Dorp dealer sometimes engages in underhanded tactics. I didn't think they'd go this far. The mechanic shakes his head despairingly. Okay, Ursula. I knew we shouldn't have hired Wyron the Listening One. It's right there in their name. The Listening One. Listening to what and for whom, this reeks of the dealer. As soon as I find that chump, they're fired. Fired and maybe blasted out the airlock. I'll need to check on the legality of that last part. Sometimes I dream about having less responsibility. All this racket over one verge. If I was in charge of hiring, this never would have happened. How would you prevent sabotage? Never mind about that. That's already happened. We ought to be focusing on what to do next. I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about. Trying to salvage the systems? No. Well, yes. But first off, our own sabotage. We strike back at the dealer. Hit them where it really hurts. Ram our ship into theirs! That might be a bit too far. What was I thinking? Advocating for sabotage? We can't debase ourselves like that. I'm sorry, Reporter Bot. I got carried away. Maybe you should try to talk to Wyron. I don't think anybody's getting through that door anytime soon. I cannot believe this chaos happened on my watch. I am mortified. What good is a security bot if there is no security? This is a question I hope no one is asking right now. I hear you're staying on permanently? That makes you slightly less of a risk. Congratulations. I must commend you on your work in the garden. You have made life on the scanner, what's the word, comfortable. You should stop talking to me now. I need to scan for threats. Alright, before I talk to the door, I'm gonna talk to Ursop. Because Ursop's my favorite. I've decided. Yeah, I don't care about the rest of you mooks. Reporter Bot! I'm devastated, you know? All my work lost. Suppose I could have gotten the hang of this backing up thing I've heard talked about. But alas. If only there was something we could do. You know, my first instinct around this betrayal was towards violence. But I've learned from my time on Og, it's never the answer. He looks to the stars. Still, I would like to see the worm who perpetuated this get theirs. I suppose you're right. It will all come out in the universe's wash. Trust me, former intern. Contemplate the stars as long and profoundly as I have, and you'll realize we're none of us very significant. But we have our moments. Some more than others. And we've had a few. He winks, looks up to the stars. Regrets, we've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. Wyron has barricaded the door. You can tap into your advanced strength modules to break in or see if you can reason. Wyron, let me in! No answer. It seems Wyron is refusing to listen to reason. There's nothing for it. Time to engage the forbidden strength modules. You feel a horrible crunching sensation in your servos, but the door creaks open. Reporter bot, you gotta help me. Pretty much the whole ship thinks I did this. Just because I recently transferred from this holopaper's fiercest competitor. A competitor whose editor-in-chief threatened specific harm on the time and galaxy. I admit it does look bad. But I swear I have done nothing wrong. I actually like it here. I will do everything I can to get Wyron declared innocent. If you stole the sexy mechanic poster, do you think anyone would notice? Would everyone notice? I don't know, but I want to steal the sexy mechanic poster. Finally. I've been trapped in here. That dolt from the dealer barricaded me in here too. What if there was a medical emergency? You never go anywhere. That's irrelevant. People wouldn't have been able to get to me. It's the principle of the thing. You know I can hear you, right? So what? It was reckless and foolish to barricade us in here. And just because everyone on the ship has it out for you. Sorry. Don't apologize, just don't do it again. And you, intern. Go find out what all that commotion from engineering is. Commotion? Yeah, there's been a bunch of clattering and so on. Shuttlebot X squeaking. Go check it out. Oh no! It's the hand! Wait, maybe it's Puff Piece. Are you sure you're ready to start this conversation? Let's finish this. Oh, reporter bot! Did you need something? I'm a little busy right now. Can't really chat. Busy with what? Well, I have a lot of appointments. Okay, fine. You got me. Truthfully, there's kind of a situation in here. What's the situation? Don't get mad at Puff Piece, but... Listen, what happened in here? I can explain. Or I think I can explain. Puff likes it in here because it's warm, right? I think they got into the console and slammed everything up. Oh, it was our dog. Our dog peed on it. I don't think they meant to do it. Puff didn't know their slime would wreck our equipment and take out the systems. What? Everyone thinks I sabotaged the paper. The systems are wiped. Oh, that's not good. Can the damage be undone? I mean, the de-sliming alone is going to take a while. It's a way higher viscosity than I expected. But I think there might be a way to recover the lost data. Why didn't you tell anyone? I was trying to clean up before anyone noticed. I guess transport has left the station. Well, who could stay mad at Puff Piece? You're right. It can't take that long to fix the ship, right? Maybe 10 cycles? That's not that bad! What's going on in... Oh, I should have known. Puff Piece? What are we going to do with you? Repentant gurgle. Poor Puff Piece. Everyone laughs. Truly, there's no way to stay mad at such a cute pup. Did we just have an everybody laughs ending? Great, okay. Wait, weren't you gonna fire me? Ha 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 ha! Bart! We had an everybody laughs ending. I love it. Copybot, why is your head so fucking big? For all the copy, yeah, thank you. The cook meat dog? Maybe? Oh, Barry is the key grip. That explains a lot. Alright. Let's go. I am gonna let the credits run, but I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through them. This game was really nice. I liked this. Hi, Puff Beef. Oh, I can't pet Puff Beef. It just fast forwards away. So yeah, Times in Galaxy. Genuinely a good game. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you, Fondling Media of Canada. Special thanks to an awful lot of people. And an awful lot of pets. Hazelnut Peppermint. The Fondling Media of Canada. Yeah. Apparently the media in Canada will fondle you. Who knew? I may not be able to read French. And that's all we get. Huh. It just kind of stops. Ursula had been convinced to fire Arvin and replace him with Richard Gravity. And it was a very we have to save the rec center except we mean the paper. Oh. Yeah, I got an achievement for finishing your internship with majorly sensational coverage. And it shows Puff Beef on the thingammy. Anyway, let's pick our next game. As usual, I'm gonna spin this wheel, this wheel, 3 times. And I'm gonna pick the one that I care about most because democracy is dead and we've all killed it. So there's a lot of good games up on here. Might still be playing Trails in the Sky, goddammit. Spin number 1 gives us Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. For maximum Moogle action. This game would be long as fuck. Like, this game would take us out to December. So, that's a maybe. Re-scramble. On the flip side, I wouldn't strain my voice. That's fair, yes. Game 2 is Obsidian, which is requested by Shateri, who is around here somewhere, I'm sure. Or maybe not, I don't know. Obsidian is a weird FMV-heavy point-and-click adventure game. That's one that I'm fond of. I've never actually played Obsidian, but it is a genre I like. And spin number 3. On the Muxford Memorial, I understand completely. Is Remember Me. That is a fighting game by Capcom. And, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on this one. Fortunately, I have a few days to decide. Yeah, Memorial, rest in peace, Tugrick. Anyway, I have a few days to decide. I am going to copy off the results into a notepad window. Whenever I find a blank space in my notes there. By the team that went on to do Life is Strange? Yeah, Don't Nod. Entertainment. Spin 1 was FF12 Zodiac. Spin 2 was Obsidian. I am leaning towards Obsidian right now, I have to admit. I want to install it and give it a test to make sure that, you know, there's not going to be any complications with an older game. But I do have a version on Steam, which means it's very likely to be playable. If it's not Obsidian, it will probably be Remember Me. Final Fantasy XII would be, very, very, very long time. Anyway, let's get rid of this. As always, I want to thank you all for showing up, indulging me in my dumbass bullshit. And I'm going to let you folks go. Have a good evening. Enjoy yourselves. Eat well, have a fat ass. And play Hexen. There's a new version of it out. It's good. I like Hexen. They actually put the switches on the fucking map. Makes the game 100% more playable. 300% more playable. Anyway, good night.